So, I'm sure as some of you guys know, X was killed earlier today, June 18th, 2018. It really took me by surprise. I just don't know what to say. And I'm doing this video sort of as a little give back to him. I'm not doing this video to milk views or just to make the video because it's trending. I really enjoyed X's music. I really enjoyed everything he did, all the positivity he spent, and he tried to give out, all the things he did for charity, and the helping hand challenge he did on Instagram. I loved everything he did. Hell, if you even saw my 17 review that I did last year, which I'll leave a link in a card wherever it is, I don't remember, but you'll know that I gave that an 8 out of 10 because I really loved that album. So I'm just sort of doing this as a little bit of a returning gift to X for not reviewing this album sooner. Alright, let's get into this. X, Florida rapper and singer who emerged from the SoundCloud era. The huge hit single, Look at Me, was the song that originally blew him up and put his name in the music scene. He released his debut album, 17, in August of last year, which was met with some fairly controversial reviews. But as I already mentioned, you know I love that album. I love the sounds, I love the messages, and I just love the overall vibe X was going for with it. He released the new album titled Question Mark back in March of this year, which was preceded by the huge lead single Sad, which blew up on the charts. The song itself is very different than anything found on 17. Definitely sounds cleaner. X's flow is very smooth, and I just love that quiver in his voice every time he says suicide on the chorus. It just sends goosebumps up and down my body. X also released Changes along with Sad, and there was definitely a lot more negative feedback towards this song in general, mainly for being unfinished. And sure, I can kind of agree, but with a very well-sung verse from P&B, and the beautiful piano and X singing on the choruses just make for an easy listening, gorgeous piano ballad. I, at one point, even liked it more than Sad during some days. Another single that was not in promotion for the album that he released on SoundCloud, Hope, a song dedicated to the Parkland shooting victims who lost their lives. While sure, I don't quite think the song truly 100% captures the feelings of the victims, it's definitely shown in the chorus where X passionately sings, "Swear I don't want to die." Every time I hear that now, I start to tear up a little bit. Now, gotta mention the rest of the songs. I'm gonna start off with the negatives first because I just want to get those out of the way since there are less, but also because I want to sing more praises to the album. The song Money is probably my least favorite song on the album, solely because Matt Ox on the choruses, and I never appreciated his childish way of droning on through choruses, and he's the main reason why the song is ruined. Because he's so prominent on the song, like he's like 70% of the song. But X does deliver a very strong verse though. The song Smash is just filler. Kind of forgettable in general. Nothing really stood out, not even P&B's stupidly deep voice. It just sort of exists, there's nothing really memorable. Beat is generic and actually mostly in the background throughout the whole song. X's singing on the choruses is definitely not the most interesting I've heard from him, and no real interesting lyrical content either. Now the positives, and wow, there's a lot. Alone Part 3 has a very soothing ambient guitar, which honestly makes me kind of want to fall asleep, and not in a bad way at all. X's singing is so quiet, but also so powerful at the same time, as he sings about a breakup where a girl is leaving him for being depressed. Moonlight is definitely a star on the album, with the funky auto-tune synths and the stuttering kick drum really helping the song stand out. X is also sort of partially singing offbeat, which only, in my opinion, adds to the originality. The song is just very calming, especially the breakdown of the song. The Remedy for a Broken Heart, Why Am I So In Love, definitely reminds me of 17, his debut, with how calm it is, and with the acoustics and the quiet bass. It's also one of X's longer songs at about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The ending again sends goosebumps across my body with every I he beautifully sings with that quiver of his. The song Floor 555 may be one of my favorite songs solely because of how much it reminds me of his original material. Loud, distorted, and screaming. It truly was a nostalgia trip for some of the old school X fans. While sure, it may not be as exhilarating or hype as something like I'm Sipping Tea in Your Hood, but still very aggressive. NUMB is absolutely beautiful, and X is back at it with that quiver in his voice again. Everything about the song is gorgeous. The synths mimicking the vocal patterns in the background, the one-strum electric guitar, and the piano near the end of the song. Infinity 888 comes off a little bit silly with A$AP Rocky blatantly bringing out how he's gonna catch all diseases so the world won't have no more diseases. Despite that frankly stupid intro, A$AP delivers quite the good verse, and X is with his very fun and sputtering flow. I don't even speak Spanish, LOL, is a bit awkward at first, but as soon as I got a few listens in, it is undeniably catchy. And sure, the Spanish parts absolutely don't fit in, and X's singing is kind of like mumble, but damn, that instrumental is hypnotizing. Schizophrenia is absolutely intense, and another one of my favorites. It brings in this rock vibe when combined with X's whispering voices in your head, just becomes hype, especially halfway through. Sure, it's not Floor 555, but it's still a good amount of hype, even though it's in kind of an awkward spot on the album being second last. And Before I Close My Eyes is just eerie, especially the lines of, I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep, I hope it's not too late for me. With no other instruments than an acoustic guitar, it's oddly and soothingly terrifying. Overall, this album makes up what X was, an artist. A true artist who's not afraid to branch out and try new ideas for his music, and most did succeed, with only a few songs being minor flops. This is the album X left us with, and I will be sure to treasure it forever. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. Peace.